Okay, we're back with hopefully better settings. This is kind of lottery at the moment, I think, with things, but let's run time on. It's so weird that like the first few weeks that I streamed, I had absolutely zero issues at all. And then once I started having issues, it's just almost going to be constant, like, which is rather annoying because no settings have changed in between the two either. Okay, we got somebody else done there. We're going to keep on going. So I think it's you next. Yeah. Start that off there. Okay, collect that from there and pop you there. Okay. Now, let me just check something. Do that there. Okay, good. Okay. It looks not too bad on Twitch. Okay. So we're going to continue on that on. We need to explore, so we will explore there. Oops, no, not there. Yeah, you need to go there, please. Thank you. Start that. Good. Okay. Right, so I think what we're going to do is we're just going to soldier on for the moment. And I'll go for at least another hour or so. So grab that, and as always, just keep that going so we can keep that money coming in. Money wise, we're doing pretty okay, which is good. Let's see now. We don't need to study anything. We just need to keep working on these guys. Right, so we're gonna go there and have some fracture. Grab that. Last night in the great pavilion above the grey sprawl of the Bounds, a woman who once called herself Teresa Galmier sat on gilt-fringed cushions and offered me a horned cup of dream wine. The wine is imaginary, she explained, but the cup is not. To navigate the manses, one must understand the distinction. Perhaps one day you'll join me on the pilgrimage, or I'll join you. So here, let us share a secret. And her breath tickled my ear. Okay, put that on. Right, so we've got another person done there. And we will continue on. So let's pop you in there. And you there. Start that off. Let's get this going as well. And there, good. Then we can check here. Displaced merits, closer investigation. Lockwood Fen. The reeking murk of the Fenlands is ripe with furtive life. Taciturn locals still watch the sacred places of the small and secret gods, the ones that answer prayers. Interesting. Okay, you can go up there even though you're going to be gone soon. We can put this down here, but we do have to reorganize that pretty soon. Right, mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I'm sane, if that means anything. Okay, and then you can pop there as well. You, at the moment, not really an issue, but we probably should at least get some contentment so that you don't become an issue in the long run. The drinks, the songs, the lights, the arching walls, the smoke blue haze, the press and sway of clothed and unclothed flesh. Okay. Now, let's grab that, and then let's get that started again. Good. Got another person there, so we shall keep on going. Cat assumes is going to be the next person. Let's check there. We read that one the last time we got it, so we'll leave it until next time. Okay. Let's put cat in there. Put that there. Start you. Okay, so we got our contentment there, which is good. I purchased pleasure, a real home in the ungodly hours, and collapse into bed. Okay, good there as well. Okay, let's explore now, see as we can. Okay, you can pop up there. It shouldn't be an issue now because this is going to cancel anyway. We can get back into the Mantis, so we'll do that. Okay, so everything is running there, good. We are pretty close to being through most of our people as well, which is good. Work is going well. Okay, we're gonna get an affliction there, so we're gonna have to deal with that. Let's grab you, and then we go for the next person. And there we go, you. Okay, start that up. You're done, so you can pop up there. That's red, shouldn't be an issue now. Got Crocus Hill. The ancient tribes reserved this resting place for one who, by the end, in service to a certain merchant's hour, was more scar than man. They sealed the entrance with binding songs, and I didn't read the rest. Okay, let's check there. We got another favour from authority. We read that the last time we got it, so we won't read it this time. We pop that up there. Got two favours from authority at the same time, which is a rare-ish occurrence. I suppose it depends. We're kind of spamming picking that same side that gives it anyway, so probably increasing the likelihood of getting one, I would imagine. They seal the entrance with binding songs and mortared blood. There we go. You can now go over here. Oh, that did actually find the dread. That's interesting. And we have you as well. The illness has damaged my health. I'll need to rest before I'm fully recovered. So we'll grab you. We'll place you there because we're going to deal with you. We're going to This is our probably last attempt for this week. So gonna go for probably another 30 minutes or so and then call the stream, unless at the end of that 30 minutes we're not having issues anymore. But for now, yeah, we're gonna go probably 30 more minutes, and if it's still doing what it's doing, we will yeah, we'll just stop the stream there. Okay, so we grab that. We need to dream that and get rid of it. There we go. Or at least rest up, should I say. Have you haven't slotted one yet. We don't have any restless either for you to find, which is good. Okay, so we found another place. Keglin Scratch. Here the Romans dug for silver until they reached the unsanctioned space where the names hid things not fit for sunlight. Many others have come since then, even as the tunnels crumble. Some have never left. Okay. So we can slot you there. Right. And we'll probably explore. Oh, no. It needs to go there. There we go. Explore, looking for another one. Got a bunch of stuff that needs to be dealt with, so we'll just get you done. We'll get that one done. Okay, so we're on to the last row of people that need to be upgraded as well, which is good. And that's done too. So health is fine. We can now head on back into the Mantis once more. So let's get it started, provide some health, and run things on. Okay, good. Okay, so yeah, as I said, we're probably going to go for probably another 30 minutes, and then if everyone's still having drop framed issues, we're probably just going to find someone to raid, and then I'll either try stream again during the week to make up the lost time, or I will just leave it until next week. It depends on how far ahead I'm going to get in my recording for YouTube, and also whether I can actually find some kind of solution to what is becoming a very annoying problem with this drop frames thing. But let's focus on having some fun while we're here. So let's get you going there. Get that in there. That's good. One thing's on. I think there's going to be some restlessness out of that one. So let's see. You are moth, aspect, knock. Okay, so let's grab that one there, some erudition. Let's have a read of what it has to say. In last night's dream, I was in the lodge of the Sage Knight, behind the white door. It is difficult to remember exactly how I came there, and the mistress of the place, the woman with dark glasses, was nodding as if I'd asked her a difficult question. Of course I hadn't. I lost my speech when I passed the white door. How is it that I can speak? She said to me. I didn't come here through the white door. I'm not proud of what I did to come here, so let me tell you about something else. Okay, so we grab that. That can go stay over there for the minute, but we know it's not going to get used. But we can go straight back into the mantis. Let's start it up. Pop that there. Okay, that's good. Right. And here, we did get the restlessness that we were expecting. So you can go sit up there for the minute. Okay. Kive is a ship. In fact, many ships have borne that name over the centuries. All of them have provided transport and accommodation to those who know something of the invisible world, and none of them show up in shipping records. But I've learned that the steamer even, Hebe Stanton, is docking soon in a grimy and unregarded port in the Northern Ireland. I could send someone to Purline on watch occult luggage. Okay, interesting. Right, so let's pop you then over there and run things on. Right. We'll search again. Get that going there. Okay, you're done as well, so let's pop her in there and you there. Start that. Okay, good. Check here again. We got some fascination. We'll collect that. Let's get work started again. Right. We want to get back into the mantis. Just start that. And pop you there. Okay, good. So just 2 more people to do, and then that'll be all of the cults up to, was it believer, right? Or sorry, disciple level, yeah. Okay, then we have Gwerian. On a crumbling cliff above a grey sea, the Gwerian squats until the day the sea comes for it. It receives few guests, fewer since the owner closed the notorious library to visiting scholars. Okay, so you can go there. Should just kept things running, I think. Okay, and grab that. Then just 1 more person after this one. That's going to be good. try there. Got a glimmering, we'll grab those, we'll read that next time we see it, I think. Then back into the mantises again. Okay, here, got our work, so let's keep that going as well. The Forge of Days was in my dreams. If I learn the Forge's lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. The need gnaws at me. My own heart pumps more strongly today. So we've got some nice vitality. I can go sit there for the minute. And you can go sit up there. We have some dread there. We've got that one's gonna help us out there. Paintings whisper, windows wink. I know these things are not true, but how can I be certain? Shadows are shelter from light. Despair is ballast. Even misery has its uses. Got some contentment here as well. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. Okay, got you. Okay, Mantis again. Let's check there. Subtle fracture. Okay. Last night, the great pavilion above the grey sprawl of the Bounds, a woman once called herself Theresa Galmier sat on gilt-fringed cushions and offered me a horn cup of dream wine. The wine is imaginary, she explained, but the cup is not. To navigate the Mantis, one must understand the distinction. Perhaps one day you'll join me on the pilgrimage, or I'll join you. So here, let me share a secret. And her breath tickled my ear. Okay, so we need to get you going again. Start. And provide health. On that on. Okay, so you three can go up there. Now we have a couple of dread there, sitting there. One is going to go soon, which is good. But still, we would rather not have them there at all. Okay, grab those. Now, we can get that going again. Let's start that. Okay, now we can do our first expedition. So, right. We're going to send Valcine as the leader. And Rose as a bit of muscle. We're then going to provide the 2 funds that are necessary. Mr. Strackcoin has forbidden entry to his library. Unfortunate. Let's see what we can do. Okay, indeed, let's see what we can do. Get that going. Okay, where are we? One thing's on. He's not going to find anything there, so we're fine with that. Okay, Mantis done again. Check there. Another favour from Dorothy. It's nice. Collect that. The next time we get it, we will read it. We should get you going again. Pop in the health. Okay. And collect those. Oh, completely done there, right? So we don't need to do that. Until we get something that can help us to boost these guys up further. Oh, crazy echoey feedback loop this time. I started the stream like a minute ago. And I forgot to, I was checking everything was okay. Forgot to mute my my view of the stream, so it just kept looping hello which is a bit funny. But right, let's get into things anyway. So today we're having a stream because yesterday we had technical issues, and what I did was I changed some settings again. I did a test stream for a full hour before actually going live, and there were 0 issues, no skip frames and no other issues at all. So fingers crossed we should be able to have a stream for at least I'm probably going to stream for about an hour and a half or so, and then that will give us then the about 3 hours that I was planning to do yesterday. So yeah, let's get into the game. So the plan for today is get these guys going on some expeditions, then hopefully get some more lore, get our lore here. Actually you should be there, right, because the lantern should be there. Yeah. Get this lore upgraded to 1 more, which will give us, that would put us at 10. Then we'll get 6 from the other one, which would give us, okay, so I think you guys need 21, right? Pretty sure these guys need 21. So that's 5 and 8 is 13, and then we're getting, yeah, we'll get some temporary one from there. If we could get an 8, then that would be enough for them to be upgraded. But for now, I think we have to go with what they have. So we should wait for this notoriety to go away, which is another 5 minutes or so. So we should run the clock on to get that going. So I'm safe for now. My attitude is not enough evidence to bring a case against me. They found no new clues. Okay, so he didn't find a notoriety, which is great. So we run things on. Now we do have the favor from authority for the next 2 minutes. So if by some miracle he was able to get damning evidence in that time, we could use that to negate it. The Forge of Days waits in my dreams. If I learn to forge the lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. Need gnaws at me. So eventually we will give in to that need, but not right now, because as soon as you start on something like that, you're making issues for yourself, because the higher up it gets, the more you have to provide to either keep it at this level it is or advance it on. So when we come to deal with that is going to be when we're in a nice strong position. We have the elements, most of the elements and plates are going to be needed for it, and we have the ability to generate whatever elements we don't have to provide for it. And right now we are nowhere near that. Right now we're at kind of an early stage. We've gone on 1 expedition. It's been successful. We now have a bunch of books that we can read through. So what we're going to do is we're going to make our way through them. So the first one here looks like it's going to be moth lore. So this is read volume of the Locksmith's Dream. Janus is the gatekeeper, the twin god, the god that wounds, the presage of changes, the sun, the moon. So we identify him with the watchman, the twins, with the mother, with the forge, with the menascate, and the madrigad. He cannot be all of these, can he? The Flamines knew the church, knew the dry land, knew Elagabus. Is he then synthesis, or is he something else? In Galatia they call him Aeneas Lamius, but the Obliviates are notorious for their slanders. Okay, so we'll run that on, and let me just check something quickly, because with these streams now, yeah. There we go, that should be better. Just do a little bit of background noise, I think, bleeding in through the mic. So it should be good for the moment. But yeah, I'm a little bit paranoid about the stream now. And it's kind of, it's very strange compared to YouTube, where generally I can make a video, and if something goes wrong, then I may be able to rescue a post, or I may just have to scrap it, but either way, I'm not thinking about that as I'm doing it. But hopefully we don't have to think about it too much today. So let's get moving on everything else that we're doing. So we have a nice bunch of stuff here for us to work through for the moment at least. I did want to use these to see if we can use it with the white door to advance a bit further on. A furtive truth. Okay. Yeah, let's grab that. It's going to be another place for us to check out. Okay, let's get our work going again first, and then we'll come back to read that. Let's pop those in there and start that. Good. And then I can come back to here. Okay. Many of the dead enter the mansions through the white door. They wander its corridors in silence until they are lost. Some embrace each other, some devour each other, some force their way into the dreams of the living. A few record their memories on the man's stone, where it is soft. They scratch it with their nails, you see. Last night I read one of those memories. Okay, so we get one of those. Now, we're going to see... That can't go in there. What else can go in there? Oh, you can go in. Okay, well, let's put that in and see what that does. This may be a way then to the next one. I think is the stag door. Although you get the what is it? You get like a riddle first. Descent is slow. Winds from nowhere pluck at me. My skin is stained with light. The wood shivers with motion far below. Okay, so it certainly sounds like we are ascending further. So we've got some fascination there. We do have some dread though that's going to help us with that. Right, so Locksmith's Dream. Janus has, they say, not just one face but two, to which I reply, why only one? Why only two? Herr Sultan Costly, according to Thomas Love Denman, once agreed that Janus was all the gods and none, but later Herr Sultan insisted he was all the gods, and Costly favoured simply none. Denman was a sinister dilettante, but this rings true of them both. Okay, so we got some lantern too, great, because that's going to help us immensely with improving our lot as well. So you go there and you go there. Now we're going to work on these two, so we need an erudition for you, and possibly for you we're going to need a glimmering. Right, so I'm going to get both of those. I'm going to get there is some erudition there, but the thing is, if I study for a glimmering now, that's going to take 60 seconds. That would have 10 left, and then we have to combine these, and it's going to be more than 10 seconds for those. So we do have to go for a new erudition first, and then get a glimmering, and then work on putting the two together. Okay, but you shouldn't be a problem. You should go in there unless we get a search coming a bit sooner than we expect. But yeah, we're going to get the riddle then, and the riddle changes each time we play. So I think there are 5 different answers, and they're all to do with this level, the 6th level of lore. Okay, work is done. We'll grab that and supply you there as well, and keep that going. Good. Okay, and let's see what we got here. The stag door, a ridged barrier of blood-streaked horn, huge enough for a ship to pass. It was broken long ago. Even now the scars are not quite healed. In a declivity beside the door rests a vast and wounded golden head. Its mouth would be large enough to swallow me, were its jaws not shattered. It is the name Jerby. It begins to intone its riddle. Okay, so there's the stag door's riddle. we are going to check that out now. What may be lost? Answer this riddle to pass the stag door and be accounted unknown. Okay, so that one I'm pretty sure that I know what the answer is, and we're going to check here. In my dream, I stand again before the stag door. A ridge barrier, blood-streaked horn, broken long ago, not yet quite healed. This vast and golden head, Jirby will await the answer to my riddle. Okay, so I think you are the answer to the riddle. There are many answers to this question, as the shredders of skin know. Here's mine. Yep, looks like it's right, because generally it'll tell you, if you have the wrong one, it tells you, which I guess is kind of okay, but I'd rather that I would rather that it lets you put in the lore and then went through the loop and then gave you the message that this is not quite the right lore. I think, you know, doing it at the start doesn't really fit into the way the game kind of handles things otherwise. In that, like, it lets you explore things and then doesn't really tell you, lets you find out. But with that one, it actually tells you when you put the thing in. So yeah, I think it would have been nice, but I can see why they would do it that way as well. But I think it would have been nice if they had just left it where you could just explore the lore yourself and find out which one would actually fit. I so 2 minutes on the notoriety. You're on the search now, but we don't have anything for you to find. It's about to end, so we're going to get a fleeting memory out of that. Mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glow recedes. I'm sane, if that means anything. So we collect you. You can go sit up there. Work is done again, so we collect those. And of course, with work, we'll always start it straight away again. Got to keep that money flowing. Okay, and then we have our glimmering there. We are now going to... So it's the one you need to subvert in first, right? And the one it's going to change to... Oh, or maybe the other way around, is it? When you're... Okay. How about I put those in the wrong way then? Maybe I have. I thought I arranged things so that they would... Let me check, actually. I'm going to quickly check to see... Are they in the right way? Because I was sure that I actually reorganized them. Maybe I reorganized them in the stream that I didn't actually make a save for. That could be it. Let's see. Right. Where is... There is there. Okay. Lantern will become forge. Moth will become lantern. Ah, okay. So let me reorganize things here. So, right. Oh yeah, those two then are the wrong way around. Right. So, lantern becomes forge. So wait. Lantern will become forge, so forge should be above lantern. Okay. Then forge will become edge. Yes, so those two are actually in the right way. Okay. Forge will become edge. Edge will become winter, which is there. So should we actually do it from top down then? Winter, moth, will become lantern. Okay, so it's the moth one that we need. It should work. Okay. So why do I have those two next to each other? That doesn't make sense. I guess because I have them the wrong way, right? Yeah, so I kind of got them. Should be you there, right? And then you should be at the very top. Then these should be here. Okay. Then, so lantern would do moth. So moth then should have. Let's see. Forge that moth. Okay, so moth's going to become lantern. Moth will become lantern, then what will become moth? So then it should be grail next. There. Then it should be heart. And then it should be winter, and then edge. Okay, so by doing it that way, then each one that we have in our list will become the one above it, right? So lantern will become forge, grail will become moth, moth will become lantern. Okay, yeah, so we should be able to subvert. Once we get that back, we should be able to subvert it then and get this up and then get that up. Okay, right. And the problem we have now is we are kind of wasting some of our time though, in that we need to get that out there quickly to get the other one going. Right, but you're about to end as well, right? You have 64 seconds, so that is long enough for us to go to another place. We're going to go to Forgotten Mithrium. So pop it in there. Right. There may be a curse. So curses generally winter do well against curses, right? I think maybe you guys, yeah. So let's put you in as an assistant. We'll make Tristan the leader on this one, and then we will provide funds. We probably need winter and maybe lantern to find. There might be, I think there's a hidden place there that we're going to need to find. Okay, so you have the stag door here. We've got subtle rupture. We're going to go for the Ascent of Knives. Okay, so we have a furious air. Grab that. Of the place my dreams took me last night, this has been written. The ascent is glass, the walls are knives, each step is blood. I did not climb far, the pain was too great. When I woke, that pain remained with me, a pain I could employ to occult purposes if I hurry. Okay, so we grab those. Right, so we have a few things to deal with here. So first of all, let's put you there. Let's put this reason over here, and let's put that I guess up here because we're not going to use it for the minute. Right, now study wise we have 72 left on you, so let's go here. Oh, not dream, study. You and you. Okay, then we start that. That's good. We can run things on now. Oh, and we should check this as well. I'm convinced that the Mithrium still holds secrets that its discoverers never found. It's unlikely to be dangerous, but the search will require funds. Yeah, so we probably don't need edge there, but there will be some things that we're going to need. Okay, so this one, hidden doors may be found, lantern or knock. Right, so let's get Cat is lantern, right? Let's get her going, and then when we get the chance, we'll add in a second person as well with lantern. That will help us there. Hopefully, that should be some restlessness. It is. A half glimpse of wistfulness has touched me. Okay, so you can go sit up there. Right, and then we check this one. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes a river runs clear. Okay, so we get some nice contentment there as well. And then the last one, this one, the wolf despair prowls elsewhere. Okay, so we get fleeting memory of that as well. Work is done, so we can get that going again, start that up. Okay, so you have 27 seconds left. You should be looking for this erudition at the end of that. Right, what do we need here? Our senses are sharpened. We should find a hidden door. Well, let's make it a bit easier by sending Slee along as well. So then that gives us 10 lantern, which should be enough to give us, I believe, the highest chance of finding it, at least given what we have at the moment, what we have available. Okay, so we're going to get an affliction there, which is going to have to be dealt with, which means that we probably shouldn't go back to the Mantis just at the moment. We lost our contentment as well there. Right, you should be looking for this erudition, which we'll slot, and then it may look for this glimmering as well, and then probably one of these two, rarefied mind, most likely, I think. So this time I'm expecting that he will find the notoriety that we generate from that one, but it's not too bad because it just means that there's 10 minutes where we need to wait out the tentative evidence that he's going to generate, but we can do other things in that time, especially since we have books here that we need to study, and we're going to get something out of this. Generally there, I think we may get a book or two, but I think we're probably going to get more like items or tools from there as well. But there will be enough, I think, to keep us busy for most of the time, if he does indeed find it. Right, so here then we have, this illness has damaged my health. I need to rest before I'm fully recovered. So we'll grab our affliction. We shall pop it in there. We'll pay for our treatment. The medicine is dark and bitter as tar. It would be easy to suspect I'm being poisoned. Okay, so we can run that on. There. Good. So what do we need here now? Faint lines of stone, a surface that yields to pressure. We found it. The hidden door moves with a grating shudder and a shower of dust. Okay, so we can send anyone else really we like. Let's send Rhaenyra just to placate her so that she doesn't cause us any issues. And again, that's only in our own little head lore that we're doing that. It's nothing to do with game mechanics. I just like to add these little extra stories into the game myself. Right, so she can go along, and that should hopefully keep her little faction pleased. Yeah, there's the Search of the Glimmering, so good timing on that. And then once it's done, it should, I think it's going to ask for one of these skills, or maybe something else. Now, when we're done with this as well, we need to remember to go to the club, because we should generate some contentment to deal with this despair here as well. I don't want that getting to be an issue for us. Okay, so we're done here. We'll have a read of this before time runs away on us. The altar tilts back like a jaw. Behind it is the pyramid space where only the sun hunters and dawn givers might go. But others have been here too. Much more recently. They have left their treasures. Okay, so let's see what we got. We got a refulgin. Let's see what that is. A white so pure that it remains visible even in utter darkness. So I believe we can actually paint with that. Cracked noonstone. A white so pure. Oh, no, sorry, that's the same again. Noon, the saying goes, is not what it was, but this stone still retains an embery glow. It has been cracked. A forge-aspected follower could restore it with sufficient resources. Or I could use up what power remains in it. Okay, so resources will be the Spiritua, or whatever they're called. That is now empty, and then we got Ilaga Baleen Manacles. It does not relinquish its grip. Okay, and it's actually got 8 level as well, which is pretty nice. Right, so I think maybe over here we can store our items. Let's actually move you up as well. So you are 8 level, you can go there. You are pretty much just single level. So I think you're worth 2, right? Aspect Lantern doesn't actually say how much. Okay, so repairing you would be good. You're a 4. Okay, so we put you there, and we put you over there for now. Yeah, so we do jobs for these guys. You can probably we can probably get some of that. So let's actually work on that. Let's put the note right beside you. We're gonna have to wait anyway in that. So let's start talking to these guys and ask them what they need from us. The doctor would like my help with his research. Okay, so let's see what exactly he wants. He's going to give us a task to do, which generally is about generating some kind of lore. Here's what he needs. Commission, Secret Histories. Dr. Ibn al-Adam, called the Alpine, has offered you a commission. He would like you to provide him with any information you can assemble on the secret histories of the world. You need a matching lore fragment of at least level 2 to complete this commission. Okay, so we'll do that. That sounds like it's going to give us a bronze. So if we talk to... Wait, no. I'm trying to remember how we do it. We talk to him about the commission, and then... Oh no, we've got to do a manuscript, which I think is in work. Yeah, let's wait until work is done and see if we can do it in work. The sick room grows close and stale. Time to get up. Okay. So you can go back over here. We'll just leave a gap to denote that you are done. This is a puzzle with missing pieces. I might find those pieces in odd corners of scholarship. Okay. Rarefied mind. There we go. Let's provide that and run things on. Right. And then work is done. Now, put you there, and then we have our lore, we should put there, and then we need one reason to accompany that. Let's start that, and then that will generate the manuscript that we need. Okay, good. Right, I'm going to take a nice sip of tea while we're just have a wait for that. Actually, I want to see what we need to provide now to go back here. So it's reason as well. So let's provide a reason there. So luckily we have plenty of reason to go around. The stage door is the Adept's Gate. To pass it is to be initiated into the first true mystery of the House of the Sun. The head, Jerby, weeps to see me enter where it cannot, but it must let me pass. The scarred valves of the door grind open. That's a really nice touch in the lore, I feel. That Jerby, who we've seen in other parts of the game, is basically this head there that we pass through to get to a portion of the mantis that they themselves have never been. Like, you can just imagine the entity or the god or wherever it was that created that part of the mantis, maybe like snickering to themselves at the irony of the whole situation. Right, so here we have mirrors are calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I'm saying that means anything. Right, so we pop you there and keep running things on. So he should find that this time. Yeah, there we go. And again, he always has a small chance not to create the tent of evidence, but it's pretty much the best thing I find to do when you're playing is just to assume that he is going to find it, and then that way then you're not going to be disappointed when he does. Right, so we have finished here. We finished our manuscript, which is good. So we go back to our regular job, and we just about are able to do it without having to go on bended knee and ask for forgiveness. Right, so here then there's the commission, there's the manuscript. So what's the manuscript say? Tantalizing information on histories that are usually suppressed. Okay, let's start that, and that will be our first commission done, which is nice. I received the currency of the secret world, and my patron has let tantalizing information slip. So we got some mystique, which he will probably capture now, and we also got some erudition as well. Okay, that's not bad. So we'll pop this up here. The mystique can go there. He will almost certainly capture it. Erudition will go there. We don't need it at the minute, but we may need it in a second actually. So grab those. So now you're there. So now you need your erudition, and you are erudition as well, right? Yeah. So is this the right way around? It is. Okay. Let's start there. We have our erudition. We should have everything really that we need to do that. Back into the mantis here. We're going to try. I'm tempted to take that, but I want to take the painted river for now. Oh, and that actually would have been the better one to take in the end, but we'll certainly settle for this. It's pretty decent. There's a green chamber in the mantis through which a painted river flows. The vagabond, it is claimed, painted it from memory in the years before she left the house. Certainly, there are histories concealed in its design. I traced them with my hand last night. There were fragments of aquamarine paint beneath my nails, flecks of gold leaf, when I was done. Okay. So you're our first of that level that we found. Now let's see if we were lucky. We weren't. He indeed did get some tentative evidence. That will take 10 minutes to go away. But as I said, we've got other things that we can do in the meantime. So we're not too concerned with that. Okay, and we'll grab you. We'll put that up there. We want to go back into the mantis again as well. So let's do that. So yeah, the what's it called? The Scent of Knives, or whatever it's called. That's where we want to go then for the temporary one. Because that's going to allow us to get the likes of Valcine and Tristan up to the next level, which will give them strength of 10. Ink, paper, and the fizzing of electric lights. The office is dark when I leave. Outside on the pavement, I turn up my collar. Okay. So now let's get back in again. I think if we provide another reason, yeah. So what happened was we dropped down to where we only were getting 2 funds. So now when we provide that, we will go back to where we will be receiving 3 funds, which means that this will actually start to increase rather than just sticking where it is at 110. Right, so we're going to get some nice higher lore out of that for forged lore. We're looking for the temporary forged lore from the mantis as well. We now have our first Spintria of this particular run, and let's have a quick read of what it talks about when it's for the iron one. Actually, the iron one should go there as well, because I believe that is the lowest level. Initiates of the hidden world use Spintriae to pay for services. Iron Spintriae are the lowest denomination. and display scenes of murder on the reverse side. Okay, as we see there. Okay, right, so that one, that's the kind of thing that we have to use to repair the cracked noonstone, but I think that it's probably going to need something higher, maybe silver or a gold or something to do. So we'll keep looking for commissions. So now we have 2 dread in here, and we're back into the mantis as well. So you are 6, so we're going to get a 10, right? And there will be a 5 there as well. So it's only got 60 seconds anyway, but we'll grab it. But I don't think we're going to be able to actually put it into use, because at the moment our main forge lore is tied up there anyway. Jirby was weeping again. I scooped up his molten tears in my cup of palm. In the dream, my skin peeled and blistered, but only in the dream. Okay, well, at least we can wake up with blistered. Yeah, at least we can wake up with the blisters. Oh, you should be down there. Okay. That one is done. So now we should consistently get 3 out of that. So we'll get that going there. You're looking for what? Rarefied mind. Okay. Let's slot that there. So maybe we're going to be okay with the other one. You we need to pay some attention to though. So 2 is not that scary, but as soon as you get 3 you need to act quickly. So the best thing to do for now is to try to head off the pass and make sure we don't get in a position where we need to scramble to get some contentment. Tonight the performers pass among the audience, juggling knives or bottles of red glass, bending to bestow whispers or other gifts. Okay, so we run that on. We're going to head back into the mantis as well. He's gone searching again, so there's nothing extra for him to find though, so we're not too concerned about what he's up to there. Okay, so we got our contentment as well. A dancer pressed a red glass cup to my mouth. Its lip was sharp, my mouth is bleeding, but the wine within was a strong wine. Right, so we'll grab that. That then is going to help us if we get some sort of an affliction. What we should probably do as well is let's have a chat with you. Oh, chat, not search. Yeah, let's have a chat with you and see. She's seeking pieces from Notorious Kerosene Review. Okay, so let's see what she actually wants from us. See if we can provide it and maybe get a higher level, maybe a silver spintrier. Right, what do we need to provide here now? We need to provide risk our health. Okay, so let's risk our health. When we do this, it's possible that we're going to get an injury out of it, but we do have some vitality that will help us with that. Here's what she needs. So we get a commission from her. Commission Forge Substantial Madame Olymp. Beckett is seeking suitable articles for the Kerosene Review. She'd like something more substantial on the forge, at least level 4. So we've easily got that. So we're gonna place this here for now, and then we'll come back to it when our forge is ready again. Unfortunately, let's see. No, it's gonna just be around, so we might get lucky. We'll be able to. We can only use it for one person anyway, so we just need to be watching out for when we need to pause and get things done. Okay, so we got another secret history there. I'm gonna go here though. Okay, now I'm gonna pause because I don't want this running. We've got 2 seconds left on that. Then we need to act quickly. So the Ascent of Knives is called the Sharp Stair and the Mother of Mirrors and the Feast of the Grail. If one is to look beneath the stair, as I did last night in my dreams, one understands that last name. It draws a tithe of blood from the feet of those who ascend. Impose, some shaped like men, many shaped like women, wait beneath the glass of the stairs to satisfy their hunger. I did not approach. I made no sound. I only observed. Okay, so we shall grab those. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to start that up. Actually, no, we're not going to start it up again because it's possible we're going to get an injury from there. So we're going to wait for that to be done and then make a decision on that. We'll put that up there because we don't really need it for the minute. Okay, so the temporary one is going to go. So we do then, I guess we do then need to go in here and try to get, yeah, we kind of need to get another one of those, or the stronger one that appears at the, on the knives as well. Right, so we pop the restlessness up there. We still need to work on. This is available again, so let's head back to the club and just get it to the point where we don't need to worry about that, because even when that becomes dread, this should be done, and then it'll probably just fade out on its own, which should be fine. In tonight's performance, Amethyst, a net-wielding hunter, pursues a veiled-winged woman through a murmuring maze of leaf-clad dancers. Each movement is underwater slow. So I'm going to get fascination out of that. We may get our contentment as well with it. We'll have to see. We're actually going to speak to you as well to see if we can get another commission. So he's got the evidence there. He's not really going to do anything with that in the Mystique. He's just going to return. So we did get the contentment there as well. Good. Here's what he needs. Commission Edge. The Count will pay for information of interest. This time he'd like whatever you can assemble on the practice of Edge. Okay, so we can do that as well. We'll pop that up there. So that's going to give us a bronze because it's a level 2 one that he's looking for. But as I said, it's something that at least we can do. Have some fascination there, which if we want to, we can either dream with the dread when the dread materializes, or we can leave it and let it leave it, and knowing that fascination is not really is not really a threat to us. Okay, so we run things on for the moment. So the areas of interest for us now are this one here, because we're really trying to get that temporary lore that is going to help us to upgrade our forge followers. And after that then it's about doing the commissions and just building up some of these things here. And now as well, we've actually got to the point where we freed this up for us to read the rest of these books too. So we know we're going to get some forge lore out of that. That is a knock lore. This one, I'm not sure. Maybe Grail, maybe Heart, and the same with that one. I'm not sure on those. The subtle difference in the colorings is kind of lost on me with that, I have to say. Right. There are arts in Forge which may split even the sun. I subverted my lantern lore to Forge. Okay, so we've got that. Now we have 10th level there, so 10. We have 5 from our followers as well, so we need another 6, which will get us to 21 that is needed to up them to the next level. But for now, what we're going to do is, I think we're going to study this one. Let's get some more knock lore. Right, so the walls of the Mantis, Hersault begins, are the size of starlight. Many of his directions are equally unhelpful, but common relationships do emerge. So study Hersault's treatise on underplaces. And I like things like that as well in the game, where in the lore they just give a little twist to the way you look at the world, and it's something where it's so fitting for the game, but also something where you think to yourself, wow, like it's just a minor thing, but it's so impactful as well. Okay, now we have work to do, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this now. Oh, we need a reason as well, so let's pop in some reason there. start that. So we're then going to be able to fulfill that commission. We've got our autosave going on there. Okay, so we're back in here. We don't want that. We're going to try for this one. It's not quite the one that we want, but it's okay. How to place my dream took me last night. This has been written. The ascent is glass, the walls are knives, each step is blood. I did not climb far, the pain was too great. When I woke, that pain remained with me, a pain I could employ to occult purposes if I hurry. Okay, so we grab those. We're not going to employ it to occult purposes because our cult is a forge cult and not, I believe that is lantern, right? It's kind of hard for me to, no, it's actually edge. You can see the knife there. Okay. Oh, and the Furies here, obviously. Sounds certainly more edge than lantern. Camo lantern. Right, so that's going to give us an affliction there as well. So by the time when we finish this one, we got to leave off and allow ourselves to cure the affliction. We're about to get our essay done as well, or a manuscript. A picturesque account of a journey through nightmare, interspersed with what might be partial rites. On the 18th ascent is the bud. On the 36th ascent, the blossom. So 36 is actually a very important number in the game because a lot of the rites that will give you an ending to the game will require 36 of a certain lore as well. So it's kind of nice. Again, just little things that tie things together in the game. It shows how much work and how much thought went into actually making the game in the first place. We Gore's wainscot histories. Gore does not mention the mantis directly, but constant coy metaphorical references to ascending the staircase of years, to the doors of sleep, and to the blue lights of dawn suggest he had commerce with the unseen world. Okay, so we're going to run that on. Right, so you are done. Now that one, I believe we're going to have to use a passion on, right? Yeah. So that's the point where they're not happy at all with our performance, but we can get it back pretty quickly, and given that we have a nice stack of cash anyway, it's not really going to be a problem. Now, let's have a chat with you, because you're the one who gave us... Oh, yeah, you're the one who... What the... Weren't you the one that gave us the commission, no? Or was it her? Maybe it was her. So he's given us a different commission then. So that is commission, secret histories, substantial. Oh yeah, so he's going to be secret histories, I guess. Dr. Iban Al-Adim, called the Alapine, has offered you a commission. He's looking for a substantial treatise on the secret histories of the world. Okay, so we can fulfill that pretty quickly as well. We pop that there. Right, so it must be her then. Let's chat with her. Yeah, it is. Let's get her commission in there and then put in the manuscript. I have what was requested. Okay, so this should get us a silver sprintia. It's going to be a nice little piece to have in our back pocket for later when we're going to need them. Because we are going to need them for things like the cracked noonstone and stuff later on if certain. So again, I'm not sure what is needed for the particular ending we're going for this, for the aspirant here, for Daedalus, but at the same time, because I don't know that, I want to make sure that we have kind of a lot of bases covered, because there's nothing worse really than getting to a point where you feel, okay, now we're ready to go for our particular ending. We've got all of our lore, we've got tons of items, and then find out that something is missing that because you ignored a certain aspect of the game. So getting our spintria, or spintriae, I guess for the plural, in place is a good idea. So we've got a bronze sprintier there. Okay, so it goes iron, bronze, silver then. Right, we got some Mystique. Mystique is not really a problem. The only time that Mystique can cause an issue, at least where I've seen, is if you go on an expedition and then he's not searching, or he is searching, but he's going to finish searching before you generate the notoriety from that particular expedition. Then the Mystique can cause a problem because it can obviously extend how long he searches for, and then he ends up capturing notoriety that he wouldn't otherwise have caught. But other than that, it's not really an issue. There's no kind of game-ending scenario that involves only Mystique. Right, so now we're gonna pop these in and start that. And then that should ask for that, and then that's going to get us to our 3rd level, which we want. Obviously we don't want to go above that level, because if we do that, we're going to actually get an ending to the game that we don't want. Now we do want very much. So we're going to grab that. I'm going to pause for a second. Jerby was weeping again. I scooped up his molten tears in my cupped palm. In the dream my skin peeled and blistered, but only in the dream. Right, so we have that now. Now what that allows us to do is, well, first of all, we got to deal with you. So let's do that, because I don't want to end up with decrepitude at this point. So we're going to do that instead. The medicine is dark and bitter as tar. It would be easy to suspect I'm being poisoned. Right, so that's gonna fix that. So let's not worry about that. Then we go here and we put in you. So we've got Valciane. Then our ceremony is going to be there, and then you're the trappings. That then gives us the 21 that we need, and we start that. Then she is going to become move up to the next level, and we can do the same then for Tristan and for Laidlaw as well. Then they'll all be up to a higher level, which does actually, it doesn't seem to, like, you think it's not that important, but it can be, because it gives you more flexibility on who goes on certain expeditions. And when you get to kind of harder ones, that is good, because being able to just send one person of a certain aspect rather than having to send 2 can really help you on an expedition where you're going to have maybe 3 or more trials that you're going to have to pass, which will each require a high level in a certain lore. It was common in the time to speak of the division of the sun, by which contemporaries understood the eruption of barbarian forces and of their uncouth gods. Okay, so we get a further truth out of that. Now we are going to study the next book in line. So this is Develop an Understanding of the Long Dead Fucine Language. Okay, good. So, and once we get a book in that, we're going to be able to then translate it. It has something in common with Latin and something else in common with the scratchings of maddened rats. Okay. Let's run things on. I'm going to take a nice sip of tea. That's good. To forge a days waits in my dreams. If I learn to forge lore and I dream of this temptation, I can advance my purpose. The need gnaws at me. Again, we're gonna let it gnaw away. We're not particularly too worried about it at the moment. It is the ending that we're gonna go for, at least for this character. But as I said before, you want to start it when you're ready to finish it, or you're close to being ready to finish it, because otherwise all you're going to do is kind of get yourself stuck in a loop of trying to maintain the progress that you've made with it, and almost it's going to be one of those things where you're doing a lot of stuff just to stand still and not advance it at all. And that can be a little bit frustrating. So we're not going to do that if we can avoid it. We're gonna now pop in here, and we need to provide reason, which we will do, and run that on. And then there, I am the hammer and the anvil. I am the fire, touch, and the iron's blessing. I pledge myself to the final conflagration. Okay, so her text will have changed now. Valcine has begun to work without tools. They get in the way, she claims. Okay, interesting. And now we're back to getting 3 again there, which is great. It's not great though that I missed my click. Right, and run you on. Yeah, so if you don't know with this one, acceptance, if you put in your passion there, and yeah, you put in your passion there, you get an ending where what you're doing is you're giving up the whole business of the occult, and instead you're settling down into this job, and it is a particular ending for the game. And it can be, it's a nice one if you want to get to the point where you're starting with an aspirant and you want to go and try, let's say, the priest or the dancer or whoever, that is a different kind of player or character, if you like. I guess character would be better than player, right? But a different character, then that's a quick way to be able to get there, because all you really need is to work on getting enough reason and passion to do it, which from my point of view, giving advice to people, I would say that's one of the first things you should do in the game anyway, is get your passion, your reason up to or close to the max available for that particular character. Get your health up to a reasonable score as well, and maybe later get that up to max too, before you do anything to do with making your cult, because that way then you're in a nice position. So if you are kind of working on that way, you could actually get the ending before you start your cult at all, and then just kind of transition, because you're interested in playing, the exile or whoever it is, get your tradition done very quickly. So yeah, it's probably the best, or as far as I know, one of the fastest ways to get an ending of the game where you're not just allowing yourself to get killed or run out of money, or one of those other ones where it's kind of a defeat one. This one, it's not really a victory, it's more of a, like as it says, acceptance, but still you're going to be able to get through to your new character and enjoy that quicker. In places it overlaps with languages, I know. In other places, well, I can see why they call it the tongue of witches, but I can understand it well enough now. Okay, so we've got Scholar Fucine, so you can go down there, and then we have one more book which is going to give us some more Forge lore. Elopolis' disquisition on fire and the unburnt gods are interrupted by passages of distractingly erotic poetry addressed to Baldomera. Okay, start that. So we still have these two here as well that we can do at some point. And actually, we should probably fit one in after the next time we work. Probably this one here, because that's a nice quick one to do. Then we'll do the Secret Histories one, and then we may talk to the guys about getting a new one. What I really should do is, really there should be room under these guys for each of their things to go. Now we got up to 2 dread again, so immediately when you see that, or when I see that at least, I get this going. In tonight's performance, Amethyst, a net-wielding hunter, pursues a veiled-winged woman through a murmuring maze of leaf-clad dancers. Each movement is underwater slow. Okay, so we run that on. We're going to get some fascination out of it, but we should get our contentment as well. Now that is a nice one to take, especially for planning for the future, for getting, like if we go to wherever that is, we're either going to get fairly high level lore from books, or fairly high level tools or items that we can use in rites. But for the moment, we're more concerned with trying to get some temporary lore. So we're going to check here. It is temporary lore. It's not quite the temporary lore that we want. Okay, we've read this one recently, so we won't read it until we see it again. We popped that up there because we don't have a use for it, so we may as well just let it lapse. We don't have any injuries or afflictions, so we can go straight back into the Mantis and keep working. Oh, it's reason. I was so used to going through the white door with health. Okay, so run things on. So he's going to take the Mystique. It's going to extend his searching. And then he is going to capture the tentative evidence after that. Now I'm pausing now because I want to get this done. So let's pop that in there. And then you should be enough to satisfy it. Oh, you're not. Okay. Well, let's pop that in again. I guess it's looking for 4 then. Or have I got the wrong one? Edge. So let's see. The count will pay for information of interest. This time he'd like whatever you can assemble on the practice of Edge. I need to write lore and I need to dedicate my... Oh, reason. That's why it's not working. You need reason as well. There we go. So either of those would have worked. So if I take that out, this will work, right? Yeah, because it's only for 2. Right, that's good. Right, so that's one of the reasons why I paused it. Because you can have some faffing about like that going on. Right, so fascination will go there. It's not really going to be an issue. The only issue that the fascination can be is when you get to the point where you've got 2 fascination and you've got 2 dread on the go, and then you're kind of in this position where you could generate another dread and let it take care of the fascination, but then maybe a fleeting memory actually appears in between that and goes in there instead, which helps with the fascination, but then means that the dread gets captured into this one down there, and then you're then scrambling to get some contentment to avoid a game or run ending situation. To reach the stag door, I believe that all you really need is to want something enough, but I've never wanted anything that much, except for, of course, Bellamira. And I'm very much afraid that the knot in the story is this. What Bellamira wants is the stag door, but here's something I learnt in Persia. Perhaps it'll teach you what you want. Okay, so we got some erudition. We got a smith's secret, which is going to go there. We may spend some time leveling that up, depending on, obviously, if we can get some lantern of the same level. It's going to be pretty easy to level it up, and then so it really depends on whether it's going to be easier to have a higher level lantern and get up here and combine the 2, or whether it turns out that actually jumping up one by one is going to be more efficient for us, or maybe both. Both may actually be the way to go, because then you can be working on 2 streams at the same time and get to a higher level, kind of one after the other. But we'll see. Okay, so once you're ready again, we're going to go again, because what we don't want here is we've got 2 dread here again. So we don't want a position where like discontentment is going to get captured, but we don't want a position where we just forget about it and leave it there, and then it becomes an issue later because we just didn't remember it at all. Okay, so once that's done, you're going to drop off just before we finish, which is a pity, but we can get it back pretty quickly. Right, so we're going to go here again. It's again not what we want. Let's see if we read this one. Of the place my dreams took me last night, this has been written. The ascent is glass, the walls are knives, each step is blood. I did not climb far. The pain was too great. When I woke, that pain remained with me. A pain I could employ to occult purposes if I hurry. Okay, so got another one of you. You can go sit up there. Now, again, we can go straight back in. And this is the good thing about having, you know, getting your passion and your reason up to the max allowable, without rights, at least, pretty early, is that you can be doing stuff like where, you know, when we work, we've got to use it. When we're doing these commissions, we've got to use it. And up here, we're going to use it as well. But it's not a problem. And then occasionally we got to use it in here to generate erudition for when we want to upgrade lore. But because you got enough of it, it's not really a problem for us. Alright, so we have those. We're going to talk to him in a second, but what we need to do now is, so this has gone brown again, which means it's going to require passion to show to them that, listen, we've neglected our job for a while, but you know, we still do care about our job. So we're passionate for a day, then we'll come back in with the reason, and it won't be long until we get it back up to where it was before. Right now, I believe you're the one that gave us this particular commission, so we'll pop that in there and pop that there. And this is going to, I believe, give us an iron spinthria. Now, we don't actually have any books. Hang on, how long do you have left? You've only got a minute left. And he's searching, right? So he's going to find that, but he's going to be finished doing that whole thing by the time that we go on another expedition. So we're going to go to Cater and Hero Limited. Let's slot that in there. You're going to be the lead for us now. Let's see. It's been abandoned since the explosion. When both the owners died, the machine stands silent. The building is a collapsed shell. Okay. Mr. Cater was known to display peculiar trinkets in his office. Perhaps some yet remain. Right, so I'm not sure what we're going to face here. I'm going to send Rose, because then we have some edge. So we're going to have Forge and Edge going with us. And then once it's revealed what we're going to be facing, we can then provide some of the other lores as well for that. So let's do that, and then we'll read the flavor text here as well. The remaining factory walls could topple at any moment. Blackened timbers creak in pain. We must equip ourselves properly and move with dreadful care. Okay, so maybe that's going to need someone with lantern, or yeah, maybe lantern to kind of guide us along a path, but we'll see. Yeah, he's going to capture that, but again, it's going to take us way more than a minute to do that. We get our iron spinthria out of there. I've received the currency of the secret world, and my patron has let tantalizing information slip, so we get some erudition out of that as well. Again, mystique, we're not too bothered about. The erudition at the moment as well is not that useful, simply because we're not working on combining or subverting any of our lores, so we don't really need to concern ourselves with that. Right, now the next thing then is we're going to get that done, which is good. So now what we're going to do is we're actually going to work on the next one, which is Secret Histories. You want up to level 4, which is you, so we can pop you in there. We're going to need a reason for there as well, and we can start that off. And this way then we can use passion again on him and not have to kind of go up a level and then have it drop down again. So then we have our fascination got captured there. That's fine, because what's going to happen probably is that once we get rid of the whole dread situation, we're going to get a fleeting memory that will take care of that anyway, or we're going to generate some extra dread or fleeting memory from something else that will take care of it too. So not too worried about a single fascination there. Right, so we got a trembling heart, or heat even. We'll take that. Jirby was weeping again. I scooped up his molten tears in my cup palm. In the dream, my skin peeled and blistered, but only in the dream. Okay, so we're going to collect you. Now, next thing we're going to do. So, dream-wise, we can go straight back there. That is not an issue for us. Okay, so run you on. You're going to have found nothing, right? I'm safe for now. My adversary has not enough evidence to make a case against me, and they've found no new clues. And your tentative evidence will be gone by the time that we are done here as well, but we do need to sort this out. Our expedition plans for the next challenge. It'll consume funds, and I can add funds now, or I can send another follower. So let's see what this is. Forge our lantern. So we have our forge, so it actually makes sense to send probably another forge person. So what we're going to do is we're going to send Laidlaw along, and that'll bring us up to 15. And then if we need to, we can send Tristan. But Tristan, I kind of want to use on something else for the moment. So what we're going to do is we're going to go there. We're going to get Tristan there. I'm going to put that there and put this here. And then again, that gives us the magic 21. It's going to allow us to promote Tristan as well. That will mean then that the next time we get asked for forge, we're going to be able to put in a 10 instead of a 5. That's going to be pretty good. So let's do that and run it on. Oh, we're having these stupid things with the skip frames again. How long ago did that start? The last about 20 minutes. Before that, everything was fine. So it's got to be something about this time of the day that this stupid skip frame stuff happens. Because for what? How long have we been up now? Where's my thing? So for almost an hour, not a problem, no skip frames, and then suddenly, boom, you've got skip frames again. So it's got to be something to do with this time of day. Maybe internet congestion or something like that. But yeah, what we're going to do is we were only supposed to go for an hour and a half anyway, so going to go for a little bit longer, probably another 15 minutes or so, and then we shall find someone to raid. Right. I need another little drink. Okay, let's see what they need here. We invoke the Madrigad, an hour of forge as well as winter. We'll make our own path through. Success is almost certain. Okay. So we can send someone else then. Let's send someone with... let's send someone with knock. So we send Enid along. Or we just send the whole table. How about that? Okay, let's pop that in there. Right, and then we have you as well, so that is done. We can now put that, slot that in there, start that up, and put in the reason, which will get us straight back to 3, and we can sort you. We're going to get some contentment out of this as well, which is really nice, because it then helps us to sort that out. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. So we accept that. You're then going to give us our fleeting memory, which will then help with the other one, which is going to be great. I'm going to try there again. The Furious Air. We've read this one a few times, so we're not going to delve into it again. We are going to get ourselves back into the Mansus straight away. Let's do that. Okay, and then here, I'm the hammer and the anvil, I'm the fire's touch and the orange blessing. I pledge myself to the final conflagration, or conflagration even. Right, so Tristan, his one has changed as well, so he's now a reshaper. In another age, Tristan might have been a smith. In another life, he might have been a bomb maker. Well, we don't really want any bomb makers for the moment, thanks. Right, and then you're done. So, yeah, as you said, It provided the fleeting memory, which deals with the fascination one as well. So it's kind of nice that way, 2 birds on 1 stone. Right, we can run things on now. This is about to finish. Our attentive evidence is gone, so the most that he's going to be able to do is to capture the new notoriety that we produce and generate another new attentive evidence. But again, it's not an issue unless he's able to upgrade it. Right, so here we're much splattered and thorn and scratch, but we've made it. And there are no, there's nothing else that we need to do. So just in our own head canon and not a mechanic of the game. Again, we'll send someone just to kind of keep them sweet. So we're going to send Sylvia along because she hasn't been on an expedition for a while. And we'll run that on. Good. Now what we should also do is, you're the one who gave us, oh you're not, who gave us, oh he gave us the commission. He's the one that gives us the commissions for the secret histories. Okay, so let's slot your commission there. Okay, this is a level 4, so we're going to get a bronze one out of it. We'll run that on there. Good. Okay, run the time on as well. We should get at least some things to study out of this. Probably not as much as we did with the last one. Mainly because I have a feeling that we're going to get more of these type of things rather than books out of it. But we should get at least one book out of it. Maybe not much more than that. Now, let's have a chat with you. Okay, so we're going to get an affliction out of that, which is going to have to be taken care of. Sulashana stubs out her cigarette. Yes, if you want to study the language with me, yes, you can. Was there something else? So she will teach us Sanskrit. So we're going to do that. And then subject. Okay, let's see, so we can put almost anything. Let's put in passion and see what that does. Yes, that will get you into trouble. Oh, we're probably going to get notoriety out of that now. That's not going to be good. Because then we do actually have a potential run-ending situation where we're going to generate 2 notoriety back to back. The younger Glover has taken me out for lunch at his club. I'm to do more of the things that I do more carefully, and in return he will give me a little more. So grab those. So we're now back up to 3 funds for every time we work. So this now should start crawling back up again. Okay, so we are going to grab that as well because this is about to end and we're going to be able to upgrade the last person as well with that, which would be nice. Now let's get back into the Mantis and provide some reason there. Good. Now next time we've got to remember not to do it because we're going to have to deal with this. Okay, so this is done. 2 floorboards lift away to reveal a hollow beneath Cater's desk. The rats have made free with the biscuits he stored there against the peckishness which haunts the entrepreneur, but they could not penetrate this iron lockbox. A moment with a crowbar will open it. Okay, so let's see what we have inside. So first of all, some bronze splinteria. Then we have a book. Okay, next we have an idol. We found the abandoned... Oh, no, we didn't find it. The warehouse is now abandoned, is the thing. And we got vital pigment. So vital pigment can be used in paintings as well. Okay, and we have some notoriety, which we're going to slot there. You can then go here because you are done for the moment. The pigment is 4, so we can go with the regular ones. The doll is a 4 as well. It can go there too. You are written in Latin, so you're going to go there. We will we'll actually translate you now, so let's pop that there. and pop you in as well. So, Lower Franklin Bancroft Diary 1750 to 1790. The Notorious Journal of a Notorious Gentleman, written in Latin, loaned out for the sake of safety. Okay, so let's start that and run things on. Okay, we're not going to go on a new expedition because we've already got notoriety sitting at the table. Potentially going to have another notoriety from here as well. So the last thing we want to do is to do another activity that is going to generate yet more notoriety. Mirza calm, the sun is steady, the glory recedes. I'm sane, if that means anything. Okay, so we collect that and we shall pop that up there. Good. Now, we need to be very careful here because we need to use that right after that's done. The illness has damaged my health. I'll need to rest before I'm fully recovered. Okay, so let's put that there so it reminds us that we've got to use it again. Okay, pause for a second. You have potential. You saw me. You saw me see that. Potential isn't enough. Anything else? Okay, so we're going to have to work through a few different things with her to see what it is that we can do to activate something. But for now, we're going to pop that in there. It is Laidlaw. That goes in there. Then we pop you there. And then we need our Forge lore as well. Okay, so it gets up to the magic 21 again. We start things and run it on. Okay, good. So we didn't generate notoriety, so he's only going to be able to find one. He's only going to be able to generate some notoriety as well. Sorry, some tentative evidence, which is not going to be a problem for us. Okay, we'll get that started again. We are back in the Mansus. Now we don't need the temporary one anymore, so we're going to go down here to the Painted River. Now that could be good if we were looking for, to upgrade our reason, but we've already done that, so not that great a reward in terms of where we are now, but still, it's kind of nice to know that it's there anyway. The Painted River runs from a great chamber near the White Door, far through the Mansus, to its far edge where it enters the painted delta of Far Cloud. I voyaged half its length last night with a stern-faced captain beneath a rust-red sail. As the clouds rose before us, the sailors raised the yearning shanty and close-hauled the sails to best use the painted wind. And all the while the captain and I discoursed on the secrets of the House of the Sun. Okay, so we'll collect all of those. Right, so now we can get our affliction in there, and then we're going to pay. The medicine is dark and bitter as tar. It would be easiest to suspect I'm being poisoned. I'll run you on. Right, and that is ready, so we're going to read it now. And we probably read it and then it'll probably be a good time probably a good time to end the stream. Bancroft seems to have been a talented adept, but devoted his energies to frustratingly whimsical projects, arranging grape-fetching races between Mansus spirits, teaching percussions to juggle, and conjuring storms of imaginary blossoms for the rose witch Ayrshire, who resolutely refused even to couple with him. Bancroft spends 20 pages bemoaning this last. Okay, run things on. So again, today we've made some decent progress with things. We're getting a little bit more lore, and we're also getting our guys promoted as well, which is good. Some days are better than others. Sometimes the sky is nothing like a filthy sheet. Sometimes the river runs clear. So we grab that, and then we have you as well. So let's pop both of you up here. We don't really need either at the moment, and we can sit this one over here as well for the minute. Okay, and then we got Laidlaw up as well, which is great. So now we have 3 reshapers, which is pretty nice. I don't think we can move, we can put these guys at reshaper because they're not of the same lore as a cult. The sick rune grows close and stale, time to get up. Okay, we can run things on. Now we're going to head back into the Mansus. And we're going to get work going again. Okay, the mantra here recorded is a high and exacting magic, which can be used to pledge one's spirit to the Watchman. Beginning an ascent to the house. Bancroft boasts of his ability to recite it when in his cups. He also had it set to music for a performance with fireworks at Vauxhall Gardens. Okay, so we got some lantern lore, which is brilliant. Okay, so I'm going to pop that there. So now, if we can upgrade that one, we're going to be able to subvert it again, and then we're going to get this up to strength 12 as well, which is great. Okay, so I think that is where we are going to end today's stream. So thank you very much for joining me today. I know for the last kind of 30 minutes or so of the stream we had some more technical issues. It seems to be related to the time of day as far as I can tell, because I had an hour of no problems streaming. Before that I had an hour of testing where I had no issues either, and it's really only the last 30 minutes or so. So hopefully it didn't spoil your enjoyment of the stream, and hopefully I will see you again next week. I'll be back on Monday from 6. Although if that's going to be a problem where it's the actual time, then I may have to look into streaming on a different day at a different time maybe. But for now, we are going to find someone to raid. And again, I thank you all for joining me. Right, so where are we here? Let's go to my stream manager. So we're going to raid Zemov. He is playing the Long Dark. We don't know who he is. He is very entertaining streamer, and definitely worth you taking the time to check out. You won't be disappointed.
I don't really know how the Polaroids work. I don't even know what to say. Hey, pardon. Thank you so much for the raid. You were streaming. How was your stream? After collecting a Polaroid, an icon will appear on the player's map to show where the vista for the Polaroid corresponds is located. Hey, Hilka. So yeah, I think I was pretty close to it. Actually, I can take that mushroom to get the exact location. Oh, the sun. No, I need to do it in the morning. Oh, sad. Let's try it in the morning one more time, just to see if there's a... I did see a little flash there, and I think I had mapped before, and I definitely mapped some more. So we'll see if we get any more. Hopefully I don't need to warm up. We'll get firewood. I will not sleep. Just warm myself up. We had some technical issues yesterday. I think I might be just in time. Oh! It is showing Vista location. It actually showed a tooltip there. Well, tooltip or something. But hey! There we go. Yes, surveying the local area will